Another week, another leak. Or, well, over 300 to be sure. But don't worry, I'm not about to try and cover them all. Anyways, we're going to start off strong and we're going to look at some of these crazy concepts for Mozart skins. You know, in-game skins, honestly, are a super simple way to just add that extra level of customization to your gaming. And what I'm really excited for is some of these VFX effects. Being able to see the fire spark, the smoke blow in the wind, honestly, it just kind of adds that little bit of extra flair that makes them a gotta have item. You know, in some cases here, we even have two variations. So if you like particular Alluvial, but not the skin, you know, it's still possible there might be a variation that you end up liking. Now, I don't know how much of you were watching my last review of the showcase, but here is another kind of example of what I was talking about when it comes to Scarabok. Now, with the updates to Goliath in particular, it just kind of seemed like the line didn't flow as well. You know, you start with Scarabok and you've got a little bit of gold, but mostly kind of those earthy tones. Goliath, you kind of now are getting into that warrior view, you know, really black, really kind of light blue and purple. And then you go back to gray for Titanor. So to me, even here on the skin, you can see it just feels like it breaks up the line a bit for me. Honestly, it either feels like we need to tone down Goliath or end up giving Titanor a bit of a makeover. Oh man, but look at the squiz line. Now, anyone who knows me knows that I'm a die-hard Fennec Fox fan, but I just about converted to the Church of Squiz with these skins here. I mean, the third stage in particular just looks so evil, so menacing. I really love it. Don't know what it is. I usually end up identifying with the villains in movies and books, or just like they're misunderstood, right? Anyways, love it. Still love a fox, but love these skins. This one, if you look closely, you'll even see that the Umber skin is translucent, and that's playing a bit on the Phantom role. I'll be curious to find out if there's going to be any other ways for players to get blueprints in the overworld. I mean, outside of the blueprints that we know are going to be found in Illuvium 0. Simply because there just seems to be too many skin variants for us not to have additional ways of collecting these, whether it's through achievements or maybe finding ways in the overworld or through different games to get some of these skins. Currently, the only way that we know of is if you own a plot of land in Illuvium 0, you can build it up, you can research, and you can discover blueprints. Blueprints are essentially NFT recipe cards for those skins. So once you have the blueprint, you're going to take the blueprint, you're going to take your needed material, which might be that might contain some of the minerals in the overworld, and we've heard that you'll need 3 of each type of Alluvial, and then you sacrifice all of that to blueprint gods and you get your skin. Now, the blueprint itself is not used up in this process, but the materials that you get and the Illuvials that you use are. So, with all that being said, again, I'm curious to know if there's going to be any other method to obtain skins, because we've seen a lot of examples here. Now, it's funny because as much as I've been in love with the Fennec Fox line, specifically Stage 2, I think, it is the Alluvial that we have seen the least. And today we finally got some updates on it. Here they gave us a 3D look at work on Stage 1. And currently the working name is Vilpier. I'm personally not a big fan of the name. I feel as though we need something cuter. It's kind of an awkward name to say. I could totally be saying it wrong. Also, other names have been dropped, like Sanahi for Stage 2, Powder for Stage 3. The evolution of those names, Vilpier, Sanahi, Powder, I know they're all work in progress. Those 3 in particular just don't really seem to flow together. So excited to hear more, see more eventually. Oh, and here are 2 different concept arts for Powder that they dropped. Since they were both shown in the showcase, I'm not 100% sure which one is newer, though I have seen this first one before. While the swirls are cool, on the second one, it makes the Alluvial look a bit busy. It's kind of almost too much to look at, so I kind of prefer the striped look on the first one. But overall, I prefer the body and the face shape of the second design. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And then Grant stepped in and gave us a live demo of the new movement mechanics that are going to be coming to the overworld with private beta 2. Forgive the video quality. This is very much a work in progress and not at the frame rate that you'll probably experience when you're actually playing the game. So there might be some glitching here. But check out this slide. It's certainly going to make getting around quicker, easier, along with the gliding. Okay. Now, if you watch him glide here, what's really nice is you can maintain that forward momentum without having to use energy from your jetpacks. So that once you get far enough, you can use either your jetpack to propel yourself that last little bit forward, or your boots to jump if you find yourself running short on suit energy. Also, being able to glide like this and get these kinds of smooth views as a content creator, are going to make for some epic video captures. Another update we can expect to be added is different overworld modes. So they plan to have casual and competitive mode. Now, casual mode will be what you experience now. Time doesn't really matter, and you can collect things kind of at your leisure. It's in competitive mode where efficiency in pathing and traveling will really matter. See, as you collect, there will be a diminishing dimensional stability to the region. So after a while, it's going to collapse bit by bit, and then eventually your run is over. Now, the benefit of going on competitive mode rather than casual, from what Grant said in the showcase, is about 20% more loot. What I'm curious about is how this will play if we're doing encounters. I personally like to take my time in encounters, make sure I'm positioning my Illuvials just right so that I'm not losing opportunities when I go in to catch, hopefully that Ramfire or that Sanahi or whatever it is I'm looking for. Like, does the timer stop if you enter an encounter? Because if not, I feel like it would really be most beneficial to use a competitive mode for harvesting, because those don't seem to take up quite as much of my time. All right, now we got to see a bunch more video leaks this week, and my favorite by far was seeing the rogue monkey attack. He appears to kind of jump behind his opponent, leaving a dummy in his place for the enemy to continue attacking. Some signature animation updates. Finally got a bit more of a view on our poodle moth line. I really appreciate here, again, being able to see the depth of details on these guys. The VFX effects, the fire, the smoke, everything these guys are putting into these characters is just bomb. And finally, with the Illuvitars right around the corner, they shared some animations here. Though honestly, if you're looking for the good stuff prior to launch, check out these Hollow Illuvitars. Illuvitars is going to be coming March 7th. That is when the first sale will start. Also, don't forget to check out this short recap of the Bryson Kieran pack battle. As usual, check the description below for a link to the full version of this week's showcase. Until next time, I'll see you on the flip side.